A few creeps sat in a car, eyeing a woman greedily through binoculars. The woman was on vacation with her husband. They drove a nice sports car and looked wealthy. When the couple left in their car, the two men followed closely behind. The husband and wife drove along a rural road guided by the map. This provided the criminals with the perfect chance to strike. The criminals passed the couple's car, exchanged brief glances, then vanished. But soon after, a police car appeared behind the couple, signaling them to pull over. The husband had no choice but to stop. The officer got out and asked the husband to cooperate, accusing him of reckless driving. Although frustrated, the husband handed over his documents to avoid trouble. Yet, after checking the documents, the officer insisted they both come to the station. Then, the earlier pickup truck returned, and the officer suddenly found a gun inside the couple's car. It was obviously planted. Before the couple could explain, the two criminals approached. Shockingly, the officer handed the gun to one of them. They were all working together. Under threat, the couple reluctantly boarded the criminals' boat. They soon arrived at a remote island, a private playground for these criminals. The husband took off his expensive gold watch, offering it in exchange for their freedom, but the criminals tossed it to the ground. They didn't want money or their lives, just wanted to play a game. The rules were simple. If the couple survived being hunted until nightfall, they would be allowed to leave the island. The criminals even took a photo of the terrified couple. Then, with a few gunshots, the game officially began. The couple, helpless, ran deep into the jungle. But shortly after, the wife collapsed under a tree from exhaustion. The husband encouraged her, making clear the seriousness of their situation. She quickly regained strength and continued fleeing. The husband suggested they circle back to the cabin to steal backup weapons from their captors. Only then could they possibly fight back. When the criminals approached their location, the husband told his wife to flee immediately. She didn't want to leave him behind, but eventually listened, running deeper into the forest. As one criminal inspected the surroundings, the husband appeared behind him, knocking him unconscious with a wooden stick and taking his weapon. At that moment, other criminals spotted him, leading to a fierce gunfight. The husband was hit in the shoulder, forcing him to seek cover. His wife, concerned for his safety, returned and refused to leave upon seeing him injured. Danger closed in again, and the husband stood bravely in front of her, begging her to run, or they'd both die there. Reluctantly, she left him behind. Moments later, 3 criminals arrived, and another gunfight erupted. The husband was shot and fell to the ground. Hearing his screams, his wife helplessly hid nearby. After they left, she quietly returned, taking the weapon her husband had used.